불멸의 전사 2.
SKT T1 has KT on the ropes. They are winning this so far 2-0 as we go into INnoVation versus Stats. And even though Stats made it to the finals of Star League, INnoVation is on a tear right now in Pro League, and I'm not sure Stats, who again, like Dark, was actually preparing for another matchup that might have been looking a little bit weaker in PvT. I think that INnoVation should have an easy time closing this out.
Yeah, coming into this season, I kind of underestimated how good Maru and INnoVation were coming to Legacy of the Void, but INnoVation has been a Pro League monster in terms of the Terran players along with Maru, so it's really hard to talk about like this matchup because we all know that Stats did make it to the SSL finals. INnoVation doesn't really have any individual league commitments to work with, so he should be the favorite in this match, but I think we should give Stats more credit than we normally should. Yeah,
no, I kind of hear what you're saying. Like, this one is definitely INnoVation favored. Let's talk about, you talked about how you didn't have that much faith in Maru and INnoVation at the beginning of the season. Neither did I, and I think part of the reason why is at the beginning of Legacy of the Void, Terrans were not doing well. Even if you look at the GSL, like 2 remain at the end of the season. In Star League for a long time, like several weeks, all the Terrans are gone. Byun, I think, was the last Terran. And that's saying something, right? Byun, the guy who did online tournaments, didn't even play any matches last year, televised, was the last Terran in Star League. At the beginning of Legacy of the Void, Terrans are struggling, but both INnoVation and Maru have made very solid comebacks in Pro League, and I think they're going to do well in the next season of individual leagues going to the summer season. But look at this, 7-7 between these two big rivals on rival teams.
Yeah, you got to remember as well, Stats and INnoVation have been around for quite some time. They've actually, from memory, they both debuted in 2008. Oh, look at INnoVation's haircut.
Oh, INnoVation's haircut looks so handsome. Stats' haircut looks good too, but look at this, 3-4. I went Stats on this one. I got to say, like, even though INnoVation has looked strong in recent times, and I think he is the favorite. I'm not saying he's my favorite when I say that. I think the fan favorite, right? I think Stats can do this, but let's find out. Let's go into our third map, Frost, right now. Up here in the top right, KT Rollsters Protoss. It is Stats. Star League finalist Intaro Stats, says his pin. And up here to the top left in orange, it is INnoVation for SKT.
Fans going wild actually for both teams. No surprises. These two teams pretty much the most popular esports teams here in Korea. So
yeah, it's such a shame the weather is horrible today.
I know. We'll actually go into the juice place and the coffee place near the studio to get drinks before the broadcast. And we're actually running through the rain, and it's like, oh, what happens if our suits get wet in this weather? But it dried out.
That's the moment where I almost got hit by the SKT1 van.
Oh yeah.
That's how hyped their team is. They like almost ran over Wolf. Yeah. They like saw me as a threat. They were like, what if he votes Stats? They tried to run me over, but they didn't get me, and my vote still went through. I voted Stats. I also voted TY in the previous series like everybody else, but it didn't work out. This map is one of my least favorite good maps.
Is it because it's a 4-player map?
Yes, and as you guys can see already, INnoVation is investing a lot of money. Not as much money as you would have invested in Heart of the Swarm, because of the way the economy works on Legacy. He's investing a ton of money to scout, and he gets unlucky. We'll actually not see where his mud is. Meanwhile, Nova over here just chilling with the fan in the crowd.
The fan looks quite unimpressed.
Yeah, I'm like, that's like Nova after maybe she went with the UED force, and they had a lot of McDonald's on those battle cruisers, and maybe she was eating a little bit too much. Wow, look at this, a triple barracks follow-up, not a double barracks to the CC first.
Yeah, but Stats actually playing also greedy, getting that Nexus pretty quickly, just immediately after that gateway. So looks like both these players feeling really confident just going for the economical builds, but it is horizontal spawns, so we'll see how that factors into this game as we progress.
Yeah, the Marine follow-up obviously can be quite powerful. It can force an early overcharge if INnoVation wants to play it hot style, where you just move across with your first few Marines. It's more than likely, though, because he doesn't have a ton of information, going to be used defensively, I would say, for the most part here. He's going to add his gases, and yes, his gas being this late will delay, you know, follow-up medevac, Widow Mine drop kind of play, if that's what he's planning as his follow-up to these barracks. So let's just wait and see what he's really got planned here. He's actually got an SCB going down now to the bottom right. Won't find anything there. Hashtag 4-player maps, especially of this size.
Actually, it's going to the corner. He might be wanting to proxy something. No, he's just double checking for any proxy stats might have thought of. But
yeah, and I think actually he's trying to see if he's hiding a Dark Shrine or something like that, you know?
Well, we do see the Twilight Council in the robotics, so it might be that Dark Temple play that we saw Zest do against that series against Teja. By the way, that series was
worst series of all time.
Yeah, Teja got wrecked.
Yeah, it was pretty much what anyone who lived in Korea expected, but a lot of fans on the internet were upset. But yeah, Stim on the way here for INnoVation, and it looks like he is just going to follow up with like a big heavy Marine attack. He's going to use these Marines initially for defense. There's a follow-up SCV Scout.
Oh, the SCV actually gets on the ramp, so he might be able to see this. He actually sees all the tech here, and that's huge for INnoVation.
God. He sees not only the Robo and the Twilight, but also the 2 gates.
He also sees the Chrono on that Twilight Council as well, so not the Dark Temple play that I expected, but it will be Blink Stalker.
This pretty much gives, without a shadow of doubt, to INnoVation that this will not be DTs because of the Chrono Boost as well as the 2 gateways being added to this timing. Unless it was like an SOS play where it's like super tricky or something, he's pretty sure that this is not going to be DTs. He makes an eBay at home just in case. We'll probably add just 1 turret at the natural, but he's looking to move across the map fairly soon with his Marine Ball.
But Stats is taking that 3rd base there at the 3rd expansion, and if INnoVation sniffs this out, he might be able to do a lot of damage because
he has 17 Marines to 1 Adept.
Yeah, exactly.
The unit tab just tells a story.
And the Stalkers aren't even out yet for Stats, so but we see the bunker being placed there from INnoVation. I think INnoVation is just playing this quite scared, which is quite unfortunate here.
He just doesn't quite know what's going on, and a lot of the times for INnoVation, and you know, Brennan and I talk about this mostly, I think more than anyone else when we commentate his games, is he is very confident that he can win in the late game in almost any matchup against any opponent. He's like, it's Stats, it's Star League Finals, whatever. You know, I was Star League throwaway tournament. Well, I don't care. I can beat him in the late game, so I might as well just make a bunker here and be careful. Make a turret, you know, get that eBay up early, get the +1, and I can take a 3rd base later. I'm just going to build this army. He definitely had an opportunity, you're absolutely right. If he knew about the space, definitely could have been a little bit more punishing. But now he's going to be on the defensive. A Warp Prism comes across the map. And Stats, if he gets a little bit of an edge here with Blink Stalker Micro, with the economy he's about to have on that 3rd base, he could continue warping more Blink Stalkers, and this could be a real big problem for INnoVation's army comp. He does have Stim at least. Well, let's see how much damage these Stalkers get done. The Observer is key for vision.
Yeah, the big question that we're asking here is like, how long can Stats keep INnoVation in his base, try and get his 3rd base up? It looks like INnoVation is stimming it forward. Doesn't actually, he only catches maybe 1 Stalker there.
Concussive Shell isn't done yet, so
yeah, it's unfortunate there for Stats, and he's actually dropped his 1 Adept here. He's actually doing a warp in as well, so INnoVation has to decide whether he wants to chase his army of Stats or continue to defend that base, and it looks like he's going to defend.
And since it's only 4, he can easily pick these up. They're never going to get killed. He uses another Stim. He only has 2 medevacs right now. Stalkers are looking for a snipe on the medevacs potentially here. Actually just going to work on the bunker a little bit, kill a Marine. Good actual micro there from INnoVation, actually saved the Marine by putting it in the bunker. Combat Shield's almost done. Concussive Shell's almost done. +1 is finished. And these things are going to make the defense a lot easier. But during all this, I think INnoVation is under the impression that this is 2 base pressure, when in reality, now we got 6 gases up for Stats. He's adding all these extra gateways. And if he finds any more damage, INnoVation will almost not be able to actually recover in this game because he's going to just continue poking and pressuring, and INnoVation's going to get worn down. Look at the worker count already. He's 15 down.
Yeah, it feels like Stats here is in a great lead with this 3rd base up. He's managed to keep INnoVation inside of his base. Looks like INnoVation is going to push out now, but oh, actually no. I think it's just trying to see if there's any pylons placed there or anything sneaky that could halt his 3rd base. But it looks like he's going to go here to the middle of the map. Let's see if he can pick off any of these Stalkers. But Stats, Blink Micros on top is going to save those Stalkers.
Yep, he kills a Marine, forces another Stim, wastes energy. He just added 6 gateways, like 4 of which are done, 2 are still coming in. And when those finish, he will be able to do a big warp in to actually hold here. But still, this is a really strong Terran army. It's got medevacs, it's heavily upgraded. You know, it's going to have +1 armor soon.
How did that Marine get in there? Wow, that's
I have no idea.
Marine. But the Marine scouts out most of Stats Tech, I hope. And look, INnoVation's actually going to loop around and try and approach his third base from a different angle.
Stats knows, though. Look at this. He knows. He's seen this before. He's like, okay, well, you didn't come from the other side. He has, look at the vision. He has an observer on the watchtower. He knows everything. He's like, I know exactly where your army is. This isn't a mystery. This isn't a secret. And he even confirms it. Look at INnoVation's face when he sees that probe. He's so upset. Oh, force fields for the trap as well. And Stats is dominating this game. He could even blink forward. He's not going to commit to that. The observer sees it as a second army, so he just wants to set up. He knows that INnoVation doesn't have a third base either. He's like, I'm winning in every way. And I couldn't be more ahead.
I love the addition of the sentries as well here from Stats, because that bridge is so narrow. You only need a few force fields to block off any sort of counterattacks. As Stats also has this War Prism still alive doing adept harassment.
Look at the units lost tab. I wish there was like a health loss tab for all the stims INnoVation's used that have amounted to nothing.
Oh, he flicks forward and it's going to take out these medevacs as well. Oh no!
Oh, guess one.
That's just one.
Nearly
that could have been worse. That could have been a lot worse.
But still, I mean, it's horrible. This was a medevacs. He's down a base. Observer again spots this drop. Stats is going to intercept this. This could be horrific. There's 4 pylons of overcharge ready. If he commits, it's going to be a mistake. He's going for it.
He's going for it, but the overcharger should be... Oh no, he moves back. He knows that those pylons would wreck his army.
Yeah, so he scans. He's like, no.
That was a smart move there from INnoVation. Or not a smart move, but rather the move he should have done. But INnoVation does have his third base though, and doesn't look like Stats is taking a fourth anytime soon. And
this is not a good fight for INnoVation to commit to. Half of his army shooting at rocks there. And look at this. This base isn't mining. He's just being totally dominated by Stats right now in this game, forcing a lift here.
He can just force field that ramp, and he denies the mining there at the third. And Stats is feeling really comfortable right now, given the situation that we are in this game.
Yeah. He has a large adept army. The only thing he's missing is what's on the production tab. Sonic Storm is AoE damage to deal with this armor. Or not the armor, but the bio, as his armor is about to finish, is what I was trying to mix in there. He's even got a Dark Shrine.
Picks up that low health medevac as well, and really nice move there from Stats. And he might actually pick off more of these units. He's actually going to go for the depths around here.
Oh, this is going to be a crazy engage. I'm not sure Stats should take this. Yeah, that was like the only way he could lose this game. I feel it was a bad fight here versus all this bio with no AoE.
Well, he's denied the third, or the third is up, but he denied it for some time. So I think the goal for Stats here is just to keep denying that third and not allow INnoVation down there and get that surface area that's needed for him and his bio army to do the damage they should do.
This is almost 50-50 Marauder Marine, by the way, 27-31. So there's a lot of damage output, and there's 10 Stalkers on the map. But Marauders aren't going to do very well versus Adepts because they're light units, and Marauders don't do well versus that. Plus, he has a +2 armor, and that works even more versus the Marauders now. All right, the Storm is about to finish, and he's got 4 High Templar on that Warp Prism.
Oh, the Sentry and the Guardian Shields doing so much. Look at these Storms! Forces the army of INnoVation to go back. But there's another Storm as well, and there's not too many medevacs here. They do have energy, but INnoVation has to move back here.
INnoVation, I think, was really banking on those Widow Mines, and you know, did not work out for him. Even though there were 5, and they all got shots off and actually killed the High Templar. The armor here, +2 armor versus just +1 Marauders and mostly Marauder army. The Adepts are like laughing at the damage. They don't care about it. I don't know. Look, this time he's going to commit. He's going to shade behind, and INnoVation is going to have nowhere left to run.
Oh, I love the touch here from Stats with that 1 Dark Templar in the army. Might force a scan here from INnoVation. And you see, he tries to scan, but doesn't actually catch anything, so that's a waste of his energy there on the orbital. And actually, Stats looping around. He could actually force... No, he doesn't have his sentries with his army, but...
Well, he could still take the fight on the high ground. Maybe should not be funneling down here. Storm's going down, though. And look at this. Reinforcements from behind.
Wow, and even though INnoVation looks like he might be able to run away here, Stats can just run up to the main base of INnoVation, and there's nothing INnoVation can really do about this.
Oh, make no mistake, SKT fans, this game is over. There's no way INnoVation can come back. He's going to try to do a base race, like an elimination race. It's not going to happen. Look, he's like trying to send SCVs down to the south. Stats is going to get on top of the production here instantly. He can warp in DTs for the defense, and I think the INnoVation is just... You know, he can't come to terms with it yet, but he will soon.
INnoVation doesn't know that there's 4th base up. Just checked his vision, and I think he thinks that he can base race here. But look, there's a Dark Templar here, and the scanner goes off, but Stats can just keep walking into Dark Templars, and there's nothing INnoVation can do about it.
No, Stats also doesn't know about INnoVation's 4th base, but
I think it's relevant.
It's a moot point. Yeah, it just really doesn't matter. Look at this. The Immortal with Barrier alone is almost going to stop this. No good upgrades here for INnoVation either. And this is his last fight here that he's going to lose, and then he's going to have to type out. The Archon, even doing so much zoning for these ranged units. And, I mean, well, there's nothing INnoVation can do here. I don't mean to sugarcoat, or I'm not going to sugarcoat this. And there you have it.
There's a
big cheer.
Crowd wild.
GG. KT Roaster makes this a series.
Feels like that game was deja vu. Even though it feels different matchup to game 1, INnoVation didn't scout that third base in time to react to it, and as a result, Stats was able to build on from his economic advantage and take that game. And you also got to remember those Blink Stalkers did a good job controlling the map. It forced INnoVation inside of his base, didn't allow him to drop, and I think the most comical moment of the game was when INnoVation tried to do their Doom drop, and there was those 4 pylons there and the Mothership core. And I think when INnoVation saw that, he was like, don't think I want to be winning this one today.
I love the pressure that we saw there with the Stalkers, because that's a pressure you really have to respect, and that's one of the most powerful things about Protoss, and it has been since Wings of Liberty, is that any unit composition they build, if you don't know what they're doing and you think that they're just pressuring you, and they're not, and they all in you could die if you don't bunker up and defend, you get turrets up, play on the defensive. And Stats used that to his advantage, was able to kind of threaten INnoVation. INnoVation was very much taking it seriously. It was like, oh, I'll beat him in the late game. But he was never able to take a third until it was way too late. And there you have it. I mean, he just got outplayed in every way at these horizontal spawns. And now, that CBZ, I said this before the day even started, I felt like this CBZ was going to be what KT needed. I knew it was going to go, if KT was going to win it, it was going to happen going to this 4th game. And Leenock will have to win this to force the ace match.